So now, when does your recruitment start picking up? I'm pretty sure it start picking up somewhere around Laurinburg during your stay there, but like when does it really start heating up? Are you a late signee or early signee?
I was a late signee, but it really started picking up when we started playing against the military schools.
Okay.
That was the one thing that I thought was great.
Hargrave.
We played against Hargrave and Fork Union. When we played in the Hargrave and Fork Union tournament, you had to show out.
Right, everybody's there.
Oh boy, you had to show out because they was really known for football. Mm-hmm. But they represented for basketball too. And the coaches, the head coaches and stuff was coming. But it's like we went there and we got into our stuff and we did what we had to do. Scraped those dudes up, and for some reason we didn't really get the recognition that we deserved. But I wound up having St. Peter's. They came, and St. Peter's was on me super heavy. I had Hampton. They was on me super heavy. I had McNeese State, where Joe Dumas went. They was on me super heavy. So I had a couple different schools, but it wasn't kind of like the school that I was like, that kind of make me feel like all my hard work, you know what I'm saying, came through. So, and my man Nard, he didn't really have nothing. So we was like, but we stayed true to what we was down there for. We just stayed there and got busy. But the whole experience with Gil Reynolds, do you know Gil Reynolds?
I don't know him, but I always heard the name.
Well, Gil Reynolds had passed away, but if you know of Gil Reynolds, anybody who played for Gil Reynolds could tell you bare minimum 1,000 stories.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I got all kind of stories of Gil Reynolds with all kind of acts and all that kind of stuff where he was off the hook and stuff where he taught us the right way and all that kind of stuff. But that whole Laurinburg experience was such a big experience. By the time I came home, it was almost like we went through like 4 years of college.
I was just going to get to that with you too. So now you decide to go to St. Peter's during your prep year. If it weren't for St. Peter's, if it wasn't St. Peter's, where do you think you would have went? Like, what was your second choice? Honestly,
I didn't get St. Peter's. I didn't decide I was going to St. Peter's until like after the at tail end of the summer. Like me and real stuff. Me and my brother was gonna be in the backcourt at Hunter College.
For real?
For real. And it was Hunter, because my brother was already at Hunter, and he played there for a year, and he was getting busy there for a year. It was just that when my cousin had passed away in 1996, my cousin Mikey, when he had passed away in 1996, my brother didn't really care about school and all that kind of stuff no more. So at the tail end of the summer, I was so frustrated by the way that everything had played out. Some days they would come into the room and all that, and I would never cut my lights on and all that kind of stuff. Like, I was so in a funk about how everything had played out, even after I won the city championship and got MVP.
Right.
After I proved to Rice that I could do what I said I was going to do in Metro on the States. After we ran through everybody that summer, and we still had hardly anything to look towards, and then even felt double bad for my man Nard, because I even had a couple schools and he didn't have nothing. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I almost didn't want to play ball no more and all that, and I literally almost went to Hunter College. When I went on the first visit with St. Peter's and all that kind of stuff, I went out there just so I could just say I went on a visit, just because my brother asked me if I could just go on a visit. But I went on a visit. They tried to get me to go to the strip club and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to do nothing. I went up there. I got McDonald's. I sat by the window. I told somebody, go get me some that I could blow on or whatever, and I sat by the window and I spent my whole visit right there, and that was it. By the time I left, they was like, oh, I said, oh yeah, I'll call y'all. I knew that I wasn't calling them. I didn't care about none of that kind of stuff. And then a week later, my brother was just like, yo, please, just sign, yo. Just sign with them, yo. And I wound up signing, and I'm grateful that I did.
Absolutely.
You know?